Welcome back to moreforlife.com. As always, I'm Michael Moore. In part 2 of our session with Juanita, we finished her eyes, and now in part 3, we'll finish out her look with blush and lip color. Juanita is also going to show us her amazing techniques for applying false eyelashes. Let's watch. Now, as I talked about earlier, when we look at Juanita, she tends to be a little bit more golden down here than she does on her face because of everything that she's been using on her face. Once again, her salicylic acids, her glycolic acids, her retin-A's. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually use a bronzer on her that is actually much more golden. You can see how this actually blends into her body a lot more. And so what we're going to do is make sure this and this all become one. Taking the bronzer, tapping off your excess. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a simple motion of doing a 3 onto the face. A 3 onto the face. This will actually naturally give her a more contour to the face as well. Now on Juanita, one thing I love about her, she always has this like radiance, this natural radiant glow. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using an apricot blush. This is going to go right on the apples of her cheek underneath her pupil of your eye. So we're putting on the first backup singer now. So your lead singer are your eyes, and then the cheeks and your lips are your backup singers. Gonna do just a little bit on the chin, and a little bit right up onto the top of the forehead here. Juanita and I had a conversation a few minutes ago about one of her favorite looking women, and it would be Jennifer Lopez, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually use Jennifer Lopez as our inspiration today and pick the lip color that was actually something that she would have worn, which is more of a flesh tone lipstick that actually always has a little pink in it, which is just like Juanita's natural lip color. When we are aging, do not wear dark reds, deep colors, right? There's no quicker way to age somebody than go too dark of lipstick. And one thing that Juanita and I were talking about is, unfortunately, as we're aging, our nasolabial fold, or the marionette lines, will tend to get darker. If you imagine, if we were to use something really dark and heavy on her lip, look at what would happen. That would just take all of her life right down, and it would also make one of the backup singers competing with the lead singer, and we don't want that to happen. I do want to define up the lip a little bit more, so I picked a wonderful natural tone lip liner, starting here with the Cupid's bow, going from the outside in. You know, if you do want a little color, Juanita, you can always bring that in a form of gloss over top of your lipstick. And once again, I did not pick a really heavy, thick, matte lipstick. I picked a more hydrated, fresh lipstick that gives her a wonderful luminosity to the lips. The reason you do your lipstick first and your liner second is that way when you eat it off, you eat everything off. Now we're gonna go to just a clear gloss just for a little bit of hydration. So Juanita, talk to me a little bit about your false eyelashes.
I put the lashes on by putting the glue on top of the eyelash, lifting my lid and putting them underneath so that my lashes go on top, which is...
That's amazing, because I can't do that.
And I prefer it over having to do mascara, you know, time and time.
Yeah.
And I think that it gives me a bigger eye. My eyes pop a little bit more because I've never felt that I had that, you know, kind of eye look. I pull my eyelashes off the container and I put the glue just a little on top. So you have to be careful not to put too much glue and then wait for it to dry a little bit.
Okay.
Sometimes I blow on it, but sometimes I just kind of just take my time so that it gets a little thick before you put them on, because then that way they don't move when you put them on there.
Exactly.
Okay, so what I do is I grab it from the inside of the lash here. I place it at the corner. It grabs right there. Can you catch that?
Gorgeous. Freaking believable.
My lashes should go over the eyelash, making them look just a little bit more natural. So just nice, easy, not too much because you don't want it dripping. So you're just gonna let it just dry out just a tad, because then it just really grabs it. See, I'm gonna just poke it in just a teeny bit more, because like you said, you want to get it as close to the base of the eyelash so that it that looks like it's part of that.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Thanks. So when I first started out wearing these eyelashes, there's a demi that's a little bit more subtle. And as I got older, I found that it wasn't enough. So if you really wanted to look extra natural, I would get a smaller and maybe more natural wisp that you have. But for me, I really kind of like the spiky that just kind of just opened it up. So again, up, start on the inside of the, well, this one didn't work out very well. That one went on a little easier, but just getting at the bottom.
Unbelievable. It looks so good.
Yeah. And see, that is like 2 minutes. The hardest part is just letting it get a little sticky. But once I put it in there, as opposed to trying to get, and for many of us, I think the mascara clumping is the hardest part to get. And as you mentioned, not to have the most of the mascara on the end of your, the tip of it as opposed to underneath.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Looks so good. That's all for our session with Juanita. I hope you enjoyed seeing her dramatic transformation. Be sure to check out more of our videos right here on moreforlife.com. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.